The stories in the book, got a black guy. I'm a thing that you I nigga, I was shot my she got the GEN.YAHANNA, moving around things. The structure of the mind, destroying everything. The tools and things of the whole nother level. You ain't ever seen it, making me can't 144, you know what I mean. One question, nigga. How does the beret look, boy? All right. We won't stop getting them souls taking back. These are, they don't want to know what we are. Home what the two in the big home, but giving the word, looking at who we can stop, we can't do. That's the school, starts to new. When we're school, place your rules, color the truth. I can go run straight out the damn dude, but what the hell can I promise to do? Everybody trying to be a Hebrew, yeah. We're fucking with the one West. I don't know nobody in the flesh. All gonna do is we talk to the press. I put the tools to your neck. Who knows the flex? I suggest you stay out to play. Won't play like every day. Hey, one way I.S.U.P.K. Hey, ain't no other play. Hey, won't stop. Yeah, he won't stop. Yeah, let's grab the most. With my motherfucking eyes, how you gonna stop it? You can put on me. Won't stop. Yeah, he won't stop. Yeah, let's grab the most. With my motherfucking eyes, how you gonna stop it? You can put on me. What's that crazy? That right there, Trooper Kwame Parr. He's going to be one of the heavy hitters in this truth.
Go the water.
All right. Give me the title.
Nothing new under the sun. Egypt gave us checks too.
Right. We have the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, at the commanding GEN.YAHANNA. This coronavirus has done shook up the whole earth.
Right.
It's done shook everything up.
Damn right.
I mean, this thing has done shook things. I mean, it's done closed down companies. It's crippling. It's bringing companies down to their knees. Right. This is nothing new under the sun. This stuff happened before. All of this stuff happened before. As a matter of fact, give me the first scripture. What's the first scripture on our board?
Ecclesiastes.
No, it's another scripture. Exodus.
Khan.
That one.
Exodus 12:36.
Go ahead, Warrior.
All our hymns have it.
Look into it now himself. God.
Exodus 12 and 36.
Matter of fact, take it up a couple. Yeah, I just saw something else interesting. Take it up a couple.
Exodus.
Now let's go to. We started 32.
Kind. Exodus 12 and 22.
32.
32. Also take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also.
You know, Pharaoh? What Pharaoh say? He want a blessing. Think about this stuff, with this check thing that's supposed to be coming out, right? You know, maybe that is a small way of him saying, okay, I do owe him something. I didn't give him something, you know. He don't really want to. That's why he just made it $1,000 or whatever the case is. Right. You know, and I don't even know if that's solidly even going to come through, because hell, the Most High might even harden his heart even more, so they can get even worse destruction. Right. You know, because that's what's in store for them. I mean, the worst destruction is in store for them than what even happened to the ancient Egyptians. A worse destruction is coming to them. Right. And that could be the thing, you know, you say, wait, $1,000. No dollars. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling with himself. Because he hates us so much, right? And then to think about it, though, because these white contingency groups and everything, they figured that it would be $1,000 for us as well as them. They're not going to be satisfied with 1,000 that they're getting. And they can get 5,000 per our 1,000, and they're going to look at our 1,000 and be like, no, we can't let them have that. You know what I'm saying? We can't let them. We don't understand how bad they hate us. We don't understand it. But in I.S.U.P.K, we understand it very well. We look into this thing. You know, we get scholarly with it. We study on things that we actually supposed to be studying. Right? Instead of just wasting our brain on something that really doesn't mean anything. But the colleges are shut down now, ain't they? Right. Universities, what's happening with them right now? Go ahead.
Corona.
Yeah. And it's done closed them down. You know, it ain't even the corona. A lot of times it's just the scare of the corona.
Right.
No, come on, man. Y'all supposed to be having knowledge and everything. Don't they have scientists on all of these campuses too?
Right.
Don't they? Where the big brain dudes at? Where they at?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then the scare of the corona, when they might have one person that have it, shut the whole goddamn campus down.
Right.
Now, was there boasting in knowledge? I mean, what good was that?
Right.
What good was it? And here's a funny thing too, because I also read, you know, with the ancient Egyptians try and take the plagues off their behinds, right? They were resorting to magic. Good. And all of that. Today, which also is sorcery. And they were resulting on drug use, pills and stuff like that, because that's also magic too. Right. It's the same. It's all in the same category. You know, sorcerer is a drug dealer, and when you're dealing with sorcery, you're dealing with magic. And the ancient Egyptians were strong on dealing with magic. They were strong on that. You know, hell, they were doing some of the damn first brain surgeries, cutting people's heads open, and all of that. And when the people didn't even need their damn heads cut open. All they had to do was take some type of herb or something like that. It would probably heal the damn thing. But they want to saw your damn skull, you know, and take the top half of your damn head off and look inside your head. Right. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to mend your head back together. You know what I'm saying? That's what they was doing. Trying to mend your goddamn head back together after they sawed the top half of the damn thing off. Remember Hannibal Lecter, the movie Hannibal? When he had them all at the table and he cut dude's head off and his brain was exposed. And he cut off little pieces of his brain and was frying it on the skillet and fed it to him. Well, that's the type of stuff that they was on. They was on stuff like that, real evil stuff, you know, trying to deal with electricity, you know, frying all the goddamn eyebrows off, you know, stuff like that. You know, they was doing all kind of crazy stuff like that. which was the precursor to what the white man do here today in this society, because that's how he built America.
Right.
He built America after the same programming of ancient Egypt.
Right.
You know, he built it off of that. He would look back, seeing what the ancient Egyptians was doing. He's standing there thinking in his mind, how in the hell can we control them for 400 years like the ancient Egyptians did?
Right.
How can we do that? What did they do? They put that plan into play even more than the Romans did, because the Romans did not follow the plan to the T. They did not. They took certain things out of, Egypt and Babylon and everything, but they didn't run that program to a T like that. That's the reason why you had your Septimius Severus. Right. Stuff like that. We ended up conquering over Rome. But with America, they made sure they put us in the iron furnace, just like with ancient Egypt. That's why ancient Egypt also was called the iron furnace. Right. Now, Rome was not the iron furnace for us. But this kingdom was certainly the iron furnace. Rome would do certain things and then they'll stop. Just like the ancient Babylonians. They would do a lot of wickedness and then they would stop. But America keeps on with it, setting themselves up for a greater and greater judgment. Right. To where it's going to be without remedy. So don't be surprised if they snatch back this $1,000 or whatever, because they're, because that's how they are. I mean, they're sinners. What does a sinner do? A sinner say, okay, give them $1,000. Oh, take the $1,000 back. Give them $1,000. Take the $1,000 back. They'll do that. They conflicted in their own mind. Right. Okay, go ahead, warrior.
Khan. Verse 33. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people.
Now, think about this. That they was what?
Urgent upon the people.
Go ahead, keep reading.
That they might send them out of the land in haste.
In haste.
For they said, we be all dead men.
Like, they was threatened to the point of dying. They like, damn, we gonna die if we don't let these people go. Right. You know what I'm saying? We gonna die. So now their jewels and their riches didn't mean a whole lot to them at that time now. Right? Because now their life, what good is to have all these jewels and riches when you and your children and everybody gonna die? Right. You know what I'm saying? What good is it then? It just set up on the land, right?
Right.
So it sit around for somebody else to just take it, and your whole seed and all of that, your whole posterity gets wiped out. So now, and you know what? This is what it's going to take for them. And the Egyptians of this day is going to take the same thing, them being at the threat of dying.
Right.
Not only them dying themselves, but their seed dying, their children dying.
Right.
All of their kin and all of that dying.
Right.
That's what it takes.
Right. Right.
We be thinking, they love us just because we shoot ball with them or something like that. Or this guy can rap. We rap together. He loves it. We rap together.
Right.
White people have to be in a point of dying when they know it's certain death. That's when they'll start to feel something for you, because there are people of no empathy.
Right.
They fake like it, every now and then, just to get in there. Even the little empathy that they show you is only to get you to depend upon them.
Right.
That's all it's for. It's not even real, sincere empathy. It's not. And fake Israelite groups will have you thinking that it is, though.
Right.
They'll have you thinking that it's real empathy.
Right.
Oh, this white man here, he did better than the black man. That he believed the truth before the black man do.
Right.
And they talk stuff like that. Have you heard them say stuff like that, warrior?
God.
He didn't believe the truth before the black man do. Right. He believed the truth. And now you done made him an Israelite. You done made him a spiritual Israelite.
Right.
Yeah, you done proselytized this guy, huh?
Right.
It shows how simple he is. Here's the thing. This is one thing that I learned a long time ago. Yeah, from Karab. Big up to Karab. He's the one told me this stuff years ago. They made me think a lot about some things. You don't always think about what somebody does. Think about the reason of why they do it.
Right.
Like, sounds interesting.
Right, right.
And then I started really to go into that. What is the reason that they're doing that? Now, the reason that the white man believes the truth and all of that is for the simple fact that, hell, he wants to get people leading up on him. And once he does that, he's going to turn on you.
Right.
He's going to turn on you and turn them on you too. Because his mindset is always to be at war with you.
Right.
And to always try to defeat you. And to always keep you as a Christian.
Right.
Because what will he do with them? He get a following of them. He's going to turn them into Christians, and they're going to turn on you.
Right.
And this could be people that you even taught. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This could be people. He done turned them all against you. Right? Now he making Facebook posts. They're making Facebook posts. He's using whatever differences and using it to his benefit, just like in the goddamn slave letters.
Right.
Whatever differences, he's capitalizing upon them while acting like he understands the truth. He's sympathetic with your cause. But it's awfully funny because he ain't never filled up one donation bucket.
Right.
Where his arms been at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where all of that at? All right, let's keep going.
Verse 34. And the people took their dough down before it was leavened. Their kneeling trout,
Take your time.
being bound up, and their clothes upon their shoulders. Verse 35. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses.
Now, this is one thing that we got to understand. Because you have all of these people talking about, we all need to come together. We all need to come together. What the hell is, their definition of coming together? Oh, coming together inside one big building or gathering a group, right? You have to have the order there because they followed the word of Moses, and Moses had men up under him that made sure that the word was executed. So what does it mean? They were all following one leader, right?
Right.
Simple as that. We're not a people that we are not like the locust people. Regardless of who you pop up before devils, they're going to still follow the same program.
Right.
I don't give a damn who's president or whatever the goddamn case is.
Right.
They're going to follow the same program. That's why when you talk about in Proverbs, consider the locusts, who go forth by bands, right? You have no king, but they go forth by bands. You can sit in a room with a bunch of devils, and a certain situation could pop up, and they're all going to think the same thing at the same time.
Right.
Even though none of them is a leader.
Right.
We are people that got to have a leader. We're not like that. You put us in the same damn room, we're going to have 10 different thoughts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to have 10 different thoughts. It could be that way. Someone has to come forward and be that leader and organize everything. You know what I'm saying? And everybody obey that leader. Just like, when they talk about the mixed multitude, these mixed multitude people, without Moses, where would they have been at? Go ahead.
I would say dead.
Yeah, dead. Like dead. But before dead, they would have been confused.
God.
It would have been all hell would have broke loose. They think this way, this group think that way. Go ahead.
Same thing before GEN.YAHANNA.
Because historically for us, race is not more important, has not been more important than anything. Right. It is to everybody else.
Right.
Everybody else believes their race is more important than anything else. And that's the glue that binds. That's the tie that binds.
Right.
We don't think that way. We didn't even think that goddamn way in ancient Egypt, and we still had our culture. We still knew that we were the Israelites and stuff like that. We never lost our culture in ancient Egypt. We already knew that we were Israelites. That's one thing that they never did. They never stripped us of that.
Right.
We knew that we were the Hebrews. And we were a separate people. We knew it then. Even though we were being oppressed, all of that, you know what I'm saying? We still knew that we were a separate people. Now go ahead.
And you know that because they were separate from us. Mm-hmm. They were, you know, with the time, what was it, Joseph? With the Israelites, the Africans didn't want to be with the Israelites.
Right. And even after Joseph.
Because
once Joseph was gone, and then you had all the brothers that were gone, all Joseph's brothers were gone too. Right. And that next generation come up. Right. We still was able to keep on to who we were and all of that. We still, the Egyptians at least allowed us that. Right. At least that. You know what I'm saying? They at least allowed us that much to still know who we are and stuff like that. That's the reason why Pharaoh's daughter didn't breastfeed Moses herself or have none of her maidens to do it. What did she do? She put him up on the Hebrew woman, his mother, to make him weaned, and then he became her son. Because they understood. What did she say? This is one of the children of the Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that this is an Egyptian or any of that. You know, but what do they do to us here? They call us Americans so that they can integrate us and destroy us. We still generally, for the most part, even then, wasn't integrated like that. I just go to show you how much more evil these Egyptians right here are. We never been in a captivity where we lost our history until this one. We were never where we totally lost it, and then they fight us in order for us not to know it. On top of that, we've never been through a captivity like this one. So that means this one has to pay more. And then it's not just the goddamn devil, you know, just the white man. It's all of these nations. That's the reason why the goddamn coronavirus is hitting the Asians. And see, here's the thing, and it's starting them, because what are they doing now? They're blaming each other for the coronavirus. And that's going to move the nations to want to fight each other. Right? The same division that they put up on us when the bed bugs was going around. You know what I'm saying? Remember that? You ain't want to let a certain brother over your damn house because you ain't want to let certain people over your house because of fear of bed bugs. Right? But here's the funny thing about it. During the time of the bed bug epidemic, they banded together with each other. But what did the Lord do with this coronavirus thing? He flipped it and made them turn, the world turn against each other. We just had niggas in the house at first. Well, give me a second. You just had niggas in the house at first. Yeah, won't let that nigga, won't let that nigga over here. I think that nigga got bed bugs. Yeah, I ain't gonna let that hoe over here. I think she got bed bugs. And people kept doing that. Remember that? It was only among us, though. Now the Lord then hit them with something greater and more powerful, and they turning on each other as nations. And this thing is going to start to spark the World War III. You know, the Most High gave them, because they were dragging their feet at first. They dragging their feet. So the Most High put something in there, you know what I'm saying? To now make them want to fight each other because everybody's blaming each other for the coronavirus. Everybody's blaming each other now. So what does that say for us? Say we have more of an incentive to separate because they want to blame us, but it's going to be harder for them to do it if we're separate. If we're integrated, it's going to be easy. If we're separate, it's going to be more difficult. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm certainly not saying that, but I'm saying it's going to be more difficult for them to do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because the more separate we get, the more the Most High can build a fence around us. The less separate we get, the gates languish. There is no gates. Right? So now we out there as the object of every goddamn body's hate. So go ahead.
Like you said, nations rise against nations. Donald Trump's already blaming China. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they calling it the Kung Flu.
Right.
Yeah, they calling it the Kung Flu. Right. And what are they doing? They're blaming, each other. China's blaming America. America's blaming China. Now, these are two superpowers. Number one superpower and number three.
Right.
A lot of beef going on there.
Right.
So number 2 is Russia. And whose side is Russia on? Go ahead.
China.
Yeah. So now you got 3 and 2 against number 1.
Right.
That's what's going on now.
Right.
Setting the stage for World War III to crack off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And good night. Don't let me get into the earthquakes that's been sent. Don't let me get into that one. You got the corona and the earthquakes going at the same time, simultaneously with each other. These are 5 points going on. These are the big boys.
Right.
These ain't little trimmers, the 2s, and stuff like that. These are 5s. 5 point this, 5.3, 5.5, 5, you know what I'm saying? These things ain't no joke. Hitting simultaneously right along with this corona thing that's going on. Nothing new under the sun. This stuff happened before. All of this stuff happened before. Matter of fact, let's get on back to the scriptures, though. Let me get the time check, Warrior.
7:29.
I don't want to run out of time. I got a lot of shit. I got a lot of things covered.
Verse 35. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptian Jews of silver.
Now, why you say they borrowed of them? Go ahead.
Because you got to pay it back.
Right. That's the hooks. So with this $1,000 thing, this or whatever that they got going on, we already know they want to keep what do they want to do? What do they want to keep? What is the biggest commodity? What is better than the dollar? Tell me, what is better than the dollar? Warrior, go ahead, Trooper. You're a future officer. Tell me what's better than the dollar.
Our